S.C. Pandey, PGT Biology from Tagore Public School, Surajgarh. As I have discussed about the embryonic development in the previous lecture. In the embryonic development, I told you that the development starts from the single cell zygote, which divides by the cleavage division and produces ball-like structure, morula. Then the result of division continue. It produces 32 cells blastocyst. Blastocyst, which generally has 32 cells form. 32 cells structure blastocyst now take part in the development of gastrula, and the development of gastrula means development of three germinal layer in the form of ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Here I write the sequence wise name because during the course of development of three germinal layer, this is called gastrulation. As in the blastocyst stage, the outermost layer, which is called as trophoblast, which generally surrounds the blastocyst, and one side presence of the inner cell mass. Inner cell mass, which generally called as the megameres, means it is called as large size cell or macromere, and trophoblast, which has small size cell, hence called as micromeres. So macromeres and micromeres are separated by the blastocyst as blastocele. Blastocele means it is the fluid filled cavity. Blastocele is fluid filled cavity. So the blastocyst, which is 32 cells stage, generally attached with the uterus wall. Here the uterus wall, endometrium, which is generally endometrium layer, is considered as the innermost layer of the uterus. So innermost layer of uterus is called endometrium layer, by which this blastocyst attached during the implantation. After this, the outermost layer of trophoblast, which generally involved in the form of as ectoderm, and the inner cell mass, which is present inside the ectoderm, as ectoderm, which generally develop by the process of epibolory. Epibolory means the cells which generally grow outside to the endoderm or makes the outer covering. So ectoderm, which develop as a result of epibolory, and endoderm, which develop by the emboli. Emboli means the development of cell inside, as making the invagination at few places. As invagination result the developing endoderm layer, which is present below the inner cell mass part of blastocyst. As a large gap is found in the form of blastocele, which later on develop as gut, present inside the endoderm layer. Endoderm layer present as innermost layer. Endoderm layer present as innermost layer in the case of gastrulation. In the case of gastrulation means development of three germinal layers: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Here, after the development of endoderm as innermost layer and generally ectoderm, which is called as outermost layer. This ectoderm, which is called as outermost layer, and endoderm is called as innermost layer. So, the formation of a primitive streak of mesoderm take place, which starts from the inner cell mass, or you can say which starts from the embryonic disc. This embryonic disc, which generally develop the embryo, as I have discussed about the three steps: A, which is the blastocyst, which is 32 cell stage, by which the gastrula development occur, which is called as gastrulation, and generally the endoderm development occur inner side to the inner cell mass as a result of emboli. Emboli means due to the invagination, inner membranes are developed, and ectoderm develop as a result of as the epiboli, means the cells develop outside to the inner cell mass. So epiboli and emboli, here emboli generally develop the endoderm as well as mesoderm layer. Mesoderm and endoderm are developed as a result of emboli. In the emboli, the innermost layer formation occur as a result of cell division. Cell division increases in the effect of the different types of hormones and the activity of the uterus. Here, generally, the such type of germinal layer development which produces here a type of form in which I have told you earlier, endoderm is present inner side, ectoderm outer side, and mesoderm in between the ectoderm and the endoderm. But during the gastrulation, after gastrulation, different organ development take place. But here, in the case of development as the endoderm, ectoderm, then mesoderm develop in between the ectoderm and endoderm. Normally, in case of an embryonic disc form which develop the embryo, and this embryo surrounded by the different membranes as explained here. Suppose this is the embryo. This is the embryo which has the generally the as gill slits, and the limbs are also developed. So this is the vertical column. Eye and ear develop, head development occur. So it is called an embryo. But embryo is surrounded by a type of membrane which is called as amnion. amnion, as embryo and amnion has a gap, and this gap contains a type of filled cavity called amniotic cavity. Amniotic cavity contains generally amniotic fluid, and this amniotic fluid protects the embryo from the pressure, from the external pressure. Here, in the outside of the amnion, there is presence of the chorion layer. This is the chorion, and generally this chorion, which generally cover the chorionic cavity. This is the chorionic cavity. Here, chorion which cover the chorionic cavity, and this chorionic cavity has shown here in this form. Chorionic cavity present here. So, chorionic cavity surrounded by the chorion layer, and this chorion layer takes part in the formation of a type of vascular stand which act a mediator between the uterus of mother and embryo. As the outermost layer is allantois, allantois also take part in the formation of umbilical cord. Here, presence of yolk sac, which generally does not contain yolk, but in the yolk sac, blood filled in the case of human. Here, in the case of human, generally blood filled in the yolk sac. So, the total structure has generally the amnion, chorion, allantois, and yolk sac outside the embryo in the human. Uterus wall generally has innermost layer of uterus, which is called as endometrium layer. Innermost layer of uterus is called as endometrium layer. This endometrium layer and the trophoblast layer of the blastocyst, which trophoblast layer and endometrium layer, which makes a type of invagination inside, and this is called as chorionic villi. This is called as chorionic villi because this developed by the chorion layer in the form of different folds or in the form of ruchi, which is looks similar to the villi, hence called as chorionic villi. From the chorionic villi, as a placenta development takes place, and this placenta provides the oxygen to the embryo and takes CO2 from the embryo. CO2 from embryo also takes by the umbilical cord to the placenta. Here, the uterus wall, which also contains the other structure like the blood vessel. Blood vessels also present in the uterus wall, and generally the uterus wall is thick with the myometrium wall. Myometrium wall is generally muscular and this is present inner side to the endometrium. So this is the myometrium of uterus which is present inner to the endometrium layer. So in the case of gastrulation, which I define here, development of three germinal layers, and these germinal layers are ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, which is shown here like the outermost layer which generally makes the ectoderm and outermost layer generally makes the ectoderm layer. The innermost layer which generally makes the endoderm layer like this. This is the endoderm layer. Then in between the ectoderm and endoderm there is presence of mesoderm which generally found in the form of as surrounding the mesoglia, as in the form of xylem. It means there are illustration of three layers as ectoderm outside, endoderm inner side and mesoderm in between the endoderm and ectoderm. Here presence of xylem in between the endoderm and ectoderm and gut present which is surrounded by the endoderm. This is the three germinal layers. So these are the discussion about the gastrulation topic, gastrulation in human, which has three layers as outermost ectoderm, innermost endoderm and mesoderm present in between the endoderm and ectoderm layer which contain xylem. So in this way the placenta develops by the as interdigitation of the uterus wall and the trophoblast like this. This is interdigitation which results the formation of placenta. Placenta has several functions. Placenta generally take part in the different functions. So the main topic is now functions of placenta. Functions of placenta. And here first important point is as endocrine gland. Placenta act as endocrine gland in the human. As you know, endocrine gland secretes hormones and that hormones are chemicals which direct reaches to the where action has done via blood. It means hormone secretes by the endocrine gland reaches to the target by the blood. Blood is a medium, but there is no any duct. That is why endocrine gland, also called as ductless gland. Here placenta also do the same, because placenta secretes generally many hormones like human chorionic gonadotropin, as HCG means human chorionic gonadotropin, and human placental lactogen, and next one estradiol. Estradiol also secreted by the placenta. Next one progesterone. Progesterone hormone also secreted by the placenta, and in the end of the embryonic development, before the childbirth, placenta also secretes relaxin hormone. Relaxin in the small content or small amount. In this way, placenta which secretes hormones, and these hormones are human chorionic gonadotropin. HCG means human chorionic gonadotropin, and HPL means human placental lactogen. Progesterone and relaxin. Relaxin is the small amount as hormone. So it is the first function of placenta. Second function of placenta is for gaseous exchange, for gaseous supply to the embryo. Placenta provides oxygen to the embryo and CO2 from embryo taken out. CO2 means carbon dioxide, which is toxic nature for embryo. So carbon dioxide produces in the embryo, generally taken out from the embryo, and such function has done by the placenta. Third important role of placenta is supply nutrition for embryo. Placenta supply nutrition in the form of carbohydrate, protein, lipid, vitamins and minerals is supplied to the embryo by the placenta. Next important function is placenta supply blood through umbilical cord. Umbilical cord. Umbilical cord here has shown which connect the embryo to the placenta. Umbilical cord, as name has given, because this umbilical cord which attach with the embryo at the umbo. Umbo means knob, navi. That is why this is cord-like structure and attached with umbo of embryo. That is why name has given umbilical cord. So umbilical cord has a great job in the supply of blood, supply of oxygen, and takes CO2 from the embryo outside. Placenta supply blood through umbilical cord to embryo. And another important function of placenta is placenta generally act as the here placenta receives excretory product of embryo. Placenta receives excretory product of embryo. Another important function of placenta is placenta maintain osmotic pressure of membranes. Next important function is chorionic villi. Chorionic villi, which is part of placenta, expand the area for the absorption of nutrient from mother body or from uterus part of mother. Next important function is before childbirth. Before childbirth, placenta secretes HCG, HPL, and relaxin hormones. And last important point is progesterone and estradiol or estrogen maintain the attachment uterus wall of mother. So these are the very important functions of placenta, as I have discussed one by one. Like it acts as endocrine glands because it secretes human chorionic gonadotropin and human placental lactogen, estradiol, progesterone, and relaxin in small amount as hormones. Here, generally the gaseous supply of the embryo occur. Gaseous supply of embryo occur as oxygen to the embryo and CO2 from embryo. Supply nutrition for embryo as nutrition in the form of the vitamin, in the form of carbohydrate, in the form of protein, in the form of lipids. So these are the generally minerals also supplied in the form of nutrition for embryo by the placenta. Placenta supply blood through umbilical cord, which is very important structure here shown here. This is the embryo, this is placenta. In between the embryo and placenta, umbilical cord acts as a bridge which communicate and transport oxygen and takes CO2 from the embryo, transport nutrition and transport blood supply. Placenta also receives excretory product of embryo. Placenta also receives excretory product of embryo as excretory product in the form of urea, uric acid, creatinine. So these excretory product as CO2 also received by the placenta, and placenta here transfer this excretory product to the blood of mother during the pregnancy period. Placenta maintains osmotic pressure of membranes, means osmotic pressure between the uterus membrane of endometrium and the placenta, which made by the trophoblast layer. As chorionic villi expand the area for absorption of nutrient from uterus part of mother. These are the chorionic villi, which look like the villi, and you know that villi generally expand the area for absorption in case of digestive system. Likewise here placenta also has chorionic villi which expand the area for absorption of nutrients. Its important function is before childbirth placenta secretes HCG, HPF and relaxin hormones. Although relaxin hormone secretion occur by the corpus luteum of ovary. Ninth important function is progesterone and estradiol. Estradiol means estrogen, which maintain the attachment of embryo with uterus wall of mother during the pregnancy. And the structure of the placenta has discussed here. After the gastrulation, I told you about the placenta, and in brief I discussed about the functions of placenta in several steps and maintain the such type of diagrams where diagram shows the innermost endometrium layer, middle myometrium layer and the outermost perimetrium layer shown here. This is the perimetrium layer. Myometrium, which is full of the muscles, and endometrium full of the blood vessels. So please like, subscribe and share my channel Super Classes. Thank you.